Alright, this is ESTEPARIO SIBERIANO breaking down Mike Portnoy's drum track. This is going to be good.
He's not playing those notes. I thought he was playing them. Probably he recorded them on another track and now he's going to play the real drums, right? So it's just snare drum, same pattern, a little bit softer. Let's keep going. Let's stop right here. This is the intro of the song and we are going to notice three things, right? The first one, he's playing all the huge accents with cymbals and the bass drum. The second one, we've got something happening all over the song, and this is a signature move by the king, Mike Portnoy, and those are the fucking flams, used with an amazing sense of musicality all over the drum kit. And of course, there's a special place for rudiments. Let's see how we can combine those three elements together.
Do I have any Mike Portnoy fans? Let me know in the comments.
That is some power right there. This is one of the best intros ever. Let's keep watching. Why is this a masterpiece, right? Because a lot of you are going to say, oh, this is not that technical, it's not fast, that's not so special. Well, shut up. Okay, please, shut up. Imagine the situation, the guitar player comes in, hey, I got a riff for you, lay some drums. Come on, now look me in the eye and tell me that you could come up with something as special and creative as this fucking group.
That's amazing. Could you? I couldn't.
That is unbelievable, and I bet you $1,000 that no one that's watching this video right now would be able to come up with something like that. Let's keep watching.
Did you know that Mike is back in Dream Theater?
Now let's start with the
What are your
specifics.
thoughts?
How can you create something like that? Right here we are watching the same structure happening again and again and again. We have the main accents with the cymbal and the bass drum, and he's going to use rim shots in between the accents. However, in order to fill the gaps that are a little bit longer, he's going to use this structure again and again. 2 rim shots, right, left, and then he's going to roll through the toms using singles. And there's something very special. He's never landing with a crash with the right hand. Well, in this case, he is, because he is a fucking machine, but he has to play 2 consecutive notes with the same hand. If you played those patterns like a regular drummer, it would sound like this.
He is really good at breaking down songs.
Let's keep watching, this is gold.
And drummers. What do you think so far?
Now that feel was very interesting because you don't hear that often. All the fills with the toms and the bass drum always happen in the opposite order.
It was backwards.
He was playing them from the low-end drums, like the floor tom, to the high-end drums, like the regular toms, okay? You always listen to but never. That's special. That's something he was doing and no one else had done that before. But also the technique that he's using to create that groove is wonderful, okay? He's keeping the same ostinato with the bass drum, and he's using the flams in order to enhance the music, and it's a very interesting movement and it's very simple. Check this out, you can play this too.
It's not too hard.
Nice, that was nice. That was good. I don't know if he was the first person to ever do that, but I can guarantee you he was the first person I ever saw doing that. So it really had a huge impact on my drumming career. Placing the flams on the toms over the bass drum ostinato. That is a power move and I love it. Let's keep watching. Again, that's the same structure that we were explaining before. 2 notes, accents with rim shots, cymbals, and then we are going to play a certain amount of toms, but we are always going to end with the left hand on the crash, right? However, there is something very special, a small detail that no one notices. This is the only time on this song that he's going to break that 2 rim shot composition pattern, because on the last phrasing, the last one, he's going to use 3 snares. Again, pay attention, check this out.
Do you think El Estepario is better than Mike Portnoy? Let me know. Ooh.
Okay, that was wonderful. Have you seen how he's able to change the feeling of whatever he's playing just by changing the placement of the hands? He's not changing anything on the bass drum. The pattern still the same. Tuku, 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 tuku. Just changing the hands and the placement of those hands, you can transition to a very cool polyrhythm. Check this out. It's very simple and you must know how to do this.
It almost sounds like a different tempo.
Apart from what's happening with your hands, everything else is still the same, and you are going to create a time illusion that's totally priceless. Again, something else that I learned more than a decade ago that I'm still using nowadays, thanks to this guy right here, Mike Portnoy, and this wonderful composition. Let's keep going.
Mike is definitely up there with the best.
Flams again.
Is Mike your favorite drummer?
Now we are going to see a lot of concepts that are repeated again and again all over the song. As you have just seen, the use of flams while playing the double bass in order to give melody to the whole song is happening again and again. In fact, it did just happen again. But also this time illusion, this polyrhythmic movement that I have just explained has just happened again. The same pattern that he's playing on the break on the floor tom is happening at the same time with the guitar, right? And in order to create that polyrhythmic movement, all you have to do is change the placement on the hands. It's very fucking simple, but the way that they orchestrated everything is just amazing. Check this out.
You can tell he really knows this song.
We got that phrasing happening again and again, maybe not on the drums, but it was happening on the guitar, and the only thing that we had to do in order to transition from one group to another that has a totally different feeling was just to change the placement of the hands. Now, of course, this is a very simple breakdown. He was not doing that on the song. On the song, he chose to play just one bass drum. But it is the same concept, the same fucking concept, happening again and again. So don't blink, because you are going to miss a lot of things. Let's keep watching.
Pardon the language, if anyone's offended.
That ride pattern was crazy. It is a very good idea. This has a lot of flavor. It's not really a challenge for the technique, it is a challenge for the musicality, and that's what made this so special to me. So again, we're playing the same ostinato with the bass drum, but a lot of different things are happening all over the drum kit. And on this case, we're talking about the accents on the ride. He chose to play everything with two hands. You can play it with two or with one. It does not matter. It sounds like this.
Are you learning anything from this? Let me know.
Something interesting. What was happening on the break on the floor tom? And on this group, what happens if you take the bass drum and the snare away? What's going on with that ride pattern? Well, the same. It is actually the same fucking pattern. So it is a brilliant fucking way of composing a song. You keep listening the same fucking pattern, and he's just throwing examples again and again of the thousands of possibilities that you have in order to play over that pattern. You got the floor tom only, you got the flams with the bass drum, you got that really slow, powerful groove, and now you get this double bass and a very weird snare placement, but the same pattern keeps happening on the bell of the right cymbal. This is just fucking brilliant. Let's keep watching.
Ooh. Dirty.
That is pure gold. The only thing that I'm going to say about that, it is a very interesting use of the accents. The unique way that he has to compose things that really flow with the music, but also have a lot of accents, is fucking brilliant. And now here we go with the madness. Swing pattern. That's wonderful. I gotta admit that that was the first time that I ever heard of that swing pattern inside a music that was not swing at all. That really caught me off guard, and of course I had never played that pattern before until I had to memorize this song. So both the snare pattern and the swing pattern on the ride caught me off guard, and I really fucking loved them. Let's keep watching. However, now we got a lot of solos, so the only thing that Mike is going to do is to keep the fucking groove in order to let his bandmates shine, and that is a lesson for all of us. Let's keep going.
By the way, if you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe.
Flams, again and again, flams on the toms. We are keeping the same ostinato with the bass drum, and he's using flams. Don't forget about that, there's a spice in there.
A lot of flams.
He has the air guitar and everything. Awesome. If that's not what you consider a perfect use of the flams on the snare drum, I don't know what is. That phrasing is fucking brilliant. He's playing all the accents, but he's dropping some fucking brilliant flams on the snare. Check this out, it sounds wonderful.
That sounds cool.
Also, it's not that easy to play that pattern. Sometimes you have to start with your right hand, sometimes with your left hand. You have to play a bunch of fucking flams, they have to sound clean. It is actually pretty challenging. It requires some stamina. I'm already sweating. Let's keep going. This is about to end. Check out the use of accents in here. Brilliant.
Ooh.
With crossovers and everything. Unbelievable.
That is hard. Especially doing it that clean.
That is something that has a name on my vocabulary. I call that a killer part. For real, there are a lot of killer parts composed over the centuries. This is one of the hardest ones. As you were watching, he's not only playing the accents, but he's also using this weird, constant crossover. It's constantly developing into more complex patterns, and then it turns into something even more difficult because the accents stop happening only on the hi-hat and start happening on a lot of different surfaces. You know, you have all of those crazy effects, symbols, and he's orchestrating everything perfectly while playing all the accents. Is a very interesting form of composing. This does not have the shape of a groove. No one was doing this. This is special, this is unique, creative, original. This is not too bad. No. A lot of fucking things are happening in here. The accents are always happening with a strong stroke on the right hand on whatever surface he's hitting, but we have a bass drum going on as well, and he's also playing those accents with the bass drum at the same time, and then he's filling almost the rest of the gaps with the snare notes, but he's also adding little notes on the hi-hat and the other cymbals. It's just amazing. This way of composing opened a whole new world for me. Check this out. It's a very interesting way to play all the accents on a song.
He's a genius. He just hit 3 million subscribers too on YouTube. Go check him out.
There is not a single gap that has not been filled, and even we are filling everything with notes. It's like nothing's happening. It just fucking grooves, and that is very, very fucking hard to do. Okay, let's keep watching. Flams. Good flams.
He plays Tama.
You have seen that same structure for a fill, snare, and then cymbals with the bass drum 1,000 times on 1,000 bands. Well, that happened here for the first time. So, I don't know, some credit maybe. Check that out.
Sick.
You've heard 1,000 variations over this fill. It happened here. Let's keep going.
Man. He was really young here.
The amount of variations that happen on the hi-hat while he's playing are unbelievable, considering that again he's never losing the musicality, and that is the most important part for me and for the rest of the musicians. So that hi-hat group with all the different placements is just crazy. Check that out.
Sounds just like it. Exactly.
Wow! And now we are done. Let's end the song, shall we? Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh man, it's so good.
Whenever I was not able to memorize that, I used to sing numbers. Okay, if you're ever lost trying to play this kind of accents, just sing it. It works.
It's actually a really good idea.
And we are done.
If you like these kind of reactions, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.